Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you guys my Top Rope Promotions review for August 20th, 2017. I know it's been a while since I reviewed a Top Rope Promotion show, but I haven't gone to them in a while. I haven't gone to them. I'm trying to remember. I think the last one I went to, actually no, the last one I went to was just right after I got out of school. I reviewed the I ended up going to the one where Brandon Webb ended up turning on his partner. However, the only reason that I didn't do the review was because it was at around the time I was going to Texas and stuff, so it just didn't really ended up working out. So I just didn't really have the time, and I think that's when I had that crap computer that was slowly dying. So yeah, that's the reason that I didn't go to Top Rope. Well, that's the reason I didn't review it, but that's the last one I went to. And when he did, I will say that when Brandon Webb turned on his partner, it was awesome. I was gonna do a review of it, I think, but then it got to the point where a show happened so long ago that I didn't really remember any of the matches or anything, so I just didn't. It just wouldn't have been a bad video. But I went to this one, and luckily the show is still pretty fresh in my mind. I don't remember certain things about it since I've watched some of NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3 and SummerSlam, so I don't really remember. So I've been watching a lot of wrestling, so I don't remember like everything that happened in each match. But I'm just gonna get right into it. This show took place at the Rochester Fair. They go to the Rochester Fair every year in August, which I think is pretty cool. I think we usually go every year. I don't remember exactly why, but I didn't end up going last year. But I don't remember exactly why I didn't go. Um, but yeah, so we had I'm just gonna get to kind of talking about my experience there. So we went there. They had everything there. They had um, like tractors driving around. It was like a race, but it really wasn't a race. But they just had them driving around. I got some food when I went there. Um, we kind of looked around because it was like places where you could go get shops, where you could have gotten like cloths and stuff. I got to try out like one of those puppets that you use on a string. That was pretty cool. The only thing I was disappointed with is I remember when I went a couple of years ago, you were able to do bull ride in there, and I wanted to do that again, but it didn't really. But they didn't have it this year, which I was kind of disappointed with. I think they replaced that with like these, like bubbles that you could go inside, like as if you were in like a hamster ball. So I kind of was a little disappointed. And then we got to the show. I ended up sitting in front row. I usually always try to sit in front row. I'm not going to be sitting front row in the next one since I didn't buy my tickets in time. And we sat there for maybe about a half hour, and then the show started. I saw one of my friends. Some people who go to these shows may know him. He's the camera guy there, which is a pretty cool job. Um, and he was telling me about like how they were doing one for the women's and all this tour stuff and stuff. And we had the actual show itself. We had the win announcer. I don't remember his name, but he wasn't very good. He kept messing up his words. He called this show Top Rope. He called the company Top Rope Productions, which was bad. Um, and we had the first match. It was Big Cheese, Mikey Cheese versus Shane Owen. I actually am wearing this T-shirt right now. I got this at the last show he was at. They actually fought against each other in a tag team match last time, and I like Big Cheese actually. I think he's really entertaining, and he's funny. I enjoy his comedy stuff. I think he would get over pretty decently well in WWE, considering the fact that it's an entertainment company and stuff. And I think his character would translate to the mainstream audience. As for Shane Owen, I do not care for this new character that he has. I didn't care for it last time. Um, Obviously, he used to be in a tag team with his brother, known as the Elden Brothers, and something must have happened to it. I don't know what happened, but yeah, his character's he's just a freak now, and I do not care for it. I did take a picture with him. I remember last time, um, but yeah, I don't think his character is that great. One thing I will say about these two guys though is when they all when they are just talking to you like regularly, like as fans, um, they you know they do stay in kayfabe, which I like. But overall, this match was whatever. Well, actually, I thought this was a good opening match here. A good way to get the crowd into it. I don't think the crowd was really into it though, because I think the show was really just starting. I think people were still sitting down in their seats. But overall, I thought this was a decent opening match. And Head Cheese wins with I forget how he wins. I think he won with like a body slam or something. I don't remember how he wins, but he won. Um, sorry, I forget how he wins. And then we had the next match. It was a Top Rope Promotions Heavyweight Championship match. Top Rope Promotions Heavyweight Champion Teddy Goods versus Kingpin Brian Malonis. I don't know if that's how you say his name. Decent match. Ted Goods, I think, is doing great as Top Rope Promotions Heavyweight Champion. He, has the longest reigning Top Rope Promotions Heavyweight Champion, which is really impressive. And the guy, Kingpin, I'm just going to call him, takes forever. He does the typical heel thing where he goes outside the ring and wants to fight on his terms. So Ted Goods grabs somebody's fried dough and tries to lure him into the ring with it. And then he gets in the ring. Ted Goods kicks his ass. He he gives him a drop toe hold right into the fried dough, and Ted Goods takes a bite, which was kind of gross since it was like in a wrestling when everyone was wrestling, and he dropped toe hold him into him. Then he runs, away from Kingpin, and Kingpin gets tired, and Ted Goods attacks him. He hits a suicide dive on him on the floor, which I think he ended up really hurting his finger because afterwards he ended up bleeding afterwards. Kingpin dominates for a while. He goes to go off the top rope. Ted Goods moves out of the way, then he hits the drop kick for the win. I don't know if it was because Ted Goods got hurt or what, but overall I thought this was a decent match. I was kind of surprised that it was only the second match on the show, but with the way the match ended, I thought it made sense. And then next we had Ty Shine versus Garrett Holiday. Decent match here. Well, actually, I thought this match was good. Ty Shine wins with when he hits a thumb to the eye and a TKO for the win. And overall, I thought they had a good match. And then we had the tag team attraction match. Aaron Polanski and Matt Tron, Tywin, I don't know how to say his last name, versus Ryan Waters and Dan Morgan. These were just two local guys that had their own gym in Rochester. They were wrestling in this match. And Ryan Waters, I thought, acted great in this match. He was doing a lot of great heel work. He actually picked up a steel chair and acted like he was going to hit little kids with it, which I thought was awesome. He picks up the guardrail and just, throws it. And the match was a pretty decent tag match. The face team wins, obviously, since they're the special attraction team. I forget how they win, but overall, I thought that was a pretty decent tag match. And then next, we had a triple threat match. It was JT Dunn, Ace Romero, and Jason Blade all in the triple threat match. JT Dunn cuts a promo talking about how he's better than Jason Blade, and there was a fan that was being really rowdy in the front row, and he makes fun of him too. And the fan acts like he's crying, which I thought was funny. And this was a really good triple threat match. They went all over the place. The only thing I didn't like about it was that there was really only two people fighting at once. The heels beat up Jason Blade, though, which is typical heel work. And it was a handicap match pretty much from the beginning. Jason Blade does the best he can to fight him off. If they fight in the crowd. And then eventually the heels keep trying to get the victories for themselves. So then they fight it out. JT Dunn and Jason Blade work together to take out Ace Romero. And then eventually Jason Blade hits a moonsault, but JT Dunn throws him out of the ring and covers Ace Ramon for the win. So he steals the victory, and afterwards Ace Ramon leaves. And when he actually leaves, he looks at me and says, "I don't like you," and I don't. And he looks at my dad and says, "I don't." And you're his friend, so I don't like you either. I thought that was pretty funny. And then next we had Nick Steele versus Tywick. Overall, it was actually a pretty boring match. It's not Nick Steele's fault. He did some good submissions in this match, but Tywick just wasn't. He's just really green, so he's not the greatest. Nick Steele wins um, with a sleeper hold, so that was whatever. Then we had the main event. It was a tables, ladders, and chairs match for the Top Rope Promotions Interstate Championship. Top Rope Promotions Interstate Champion, the Devil's Reject Brandon Webb versus the Pure Talent Chris Escobar. Really good TLC match. Definitely the best match of the night. They both start going after each other. Brandon Webb immediately attacks him with a steel chair. Chris Escobar, he goes to hit a dive on us. Chris Escobar puts a table right in front of him, and he hits him and he beats him up with the steel chair. Brandon Webb fights back. He hits him with a stop sign, which I didn't expect him to use in this match. And he puts him through a table. He hits a superplex through the setting both men through the table. And he what else? He body slams Chris Escobar through onto the chairs that he had just had stacked up. So they just hit some good extreme moments in this match. Then eventually the finish comes when Brandon Webb hits a power bomb onto Chris Escobar through a table off a ladder, and then he goes up and grabs the title, and he retains his championship, and then that was the end of the show. And obviously I was supposed to get tickets for the next show, but because they sold out, I have to get them online, which was kind of stupid. But overall, I thought this show was actually good. This isn't my favorite one at all I've been to. I think I've been in better ones, but overall, I thought this was a good sit-through show to sit through. Probably the best match. I'll go over my star ratings for each match. For the Big Cheese, Mike Cheese, and Shane Oden match, I'll probably give that match probably 3 stars. I thought that was a good match there. For the Top Rope Promotions Heavyweight Title match, I'm going to probably give that match, that was a decent match. I'll probably give that match 2.5 stars. I think if Teddy Goods didn't get hurt, it would have been better. And then for the Ty Shine Garrett Holiday match, I'll also give that match 3 stars. I thought that was a good match. For the Tag Team Attraction match, I thought that was pretty good, so I'll give that match 3 stars as well. For the Triple Threat match, I thought that match was really good, so I'm going to give that match 3.5. No, yeah, probably 3.5 stars. And then for the Nick Steele Tywick match, that match really wasn't that good, so I'll probably give that match a star and 3/4. And then for the Top Rope Promotions Interstate Championship match, I'm going to give that match probably 3 3/4 stars. I thought that was a really good match there. And yeah, that's pretty much my review. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure that you guys check out the playlist down in the description box of all my past Top Rope Promotions reviews. Make sure you guys also check out, subscribe to this channel for more content. And make sure you like, comment, and share this video so that way people will watch it. Make sure you click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. And make sure that you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and Owen the Talking Near the YouTube channels. Make sure you subscribe to those channels and click on the bell so that way people will watch those videos. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.